crap. I just realized I didn't do an intro for this week's show. But what if I had done an intro? Could it look something like this? Woo! Let's go! That's about all you're going to get out of me today. I can't believe I forgot to do that. This is the second time. The second time, and this is episode 104. So in 104 episodes, this is the second time I forgot to do an intro last night. It's tragic, really. But here we are. It is Graybeard's studio without the intro. And I want to thank you all for being with us here today. We do have a full crew again, so I'm very happy about that. Kizer Stone will be joining us again to fill in for David, who I talked to this afternoon and let me know that he'll be coming back soon. So we're looking forward to that as well. And of course, the mysterious Kelsey, will he resurface at some point? Time will tell. Here's a guy who knows a lot about time because he's gone through much of it. It's Gary Martin, Father Time himself.
Aaron?
Yes.
Good news.
Yes.
That erectile dysfunction can be cured with diet and exercise. The bad news is trying to get the wife to diet and exercise.
Oh, okay. I'm not going to repeat that to my wife, but thank you for the advice because I think there's a lot there. Here's a guy who's got a lot going on. It's Dan Lawless.
Boy, you're skating on thin ice with that joke, buddy.
Yeah.
Do not repeat. It's like a handle with care. It's got to have all these things on it that says, danger, radioactive. All the labels, you got to have it on it.
Danger, Will Robinson. Danger, Will Robinson. Yeah, we're going to stay away from that. We've got a very interesting conversation about to happen about inking, but we'll get to that in a few minutes. We still have one more crazy guy to join this staff. You know him, you love him. It's Coran Kizer Stone. There he is.
Hey, what's going on? How are you guys
Why don't
doing?
you ever have I'm expecting you to have a bottle of Coke in your hand, but you never do. But I know you're drinking it off camera.
I try to drink it every moment that I get.
Well, we know that's the stash is down there in the basement. That's why I keep bringing it up. I want to see. Is it cans or bottles?
Did
I miss the memo about Beanie Day?
Oh, yeah.
About what?
Everybody's got a beanie on, and Gary's got a baseball.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Right. I sent that out, Gary. You're not paying attention?
By the way, this beanie's awesome. It was an awesome recovery. I dropped it I was visiting someone at an older folks home, whatever, and I didn't know. I couldn't find it. I didn't know where it. So I asked last time I was in there. I said, "Is there lost and found? Do you?" And she goes, "Oh, what's it look like?" And I said, "Well, it's black. It's beanie, and it's got Cyberfrog on it, So she goes in the back room. She comes out. She was so happy she had it. And I was happy. I thought I lost my Cyberfrog hat.
Well, that looks like expensive. It's got like a stripe on it and stuff. Mine just has it's got it's got the logo here that's stitched in there. Kind of nice, but that's expensive stuff. I feel like this is like Kmart compared to what you got.
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm not.
I think this was like $12. This one here.
Yeah, I was going to say you got nothing going on there. It's just basically put it on, and
I like to keep it simple.
Yeah, where's your logo up there? To advertise for yourself, man. Put your logo on your beanie.
The logo is my face.
Hold on a second. Hold on a second. I'll be right back.
He's going to go change to.
The peer pressure got to him.
I know. Well,
look how fast he folded, man.
Dude, we got snow here this morning. It didn't stick, but it was coming down, and so it's kind of cold here right now.
What's cold for you? What do you call cold?
Well, okay, it's wimpy cold. It's like
that's what I was going to say.
It was like, what's the temperature?
Like 34. I mean, I know you guys are get serious cold, but
yeah,
wimp. 34. That's picnic weather in Michigan.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Bring out the sandwiches in the checkered tablecloth, man.
All right, here we go.
Yeah.
All right, you're one of us now.
The beanies.
I'm ready.
Everyone's gonna get overheated.
Yeah, we should start a rock group called the Beanies.
Yeah. Does anybody
I don't
play an
know.
instrument? Because I
Got to come up with a little better
or
name.
sing. Does anybody have any musical talent on this show? All right.
Beanie Babies.
Beanie Babies.
There you go. All right, let's see who's here first of all. And Mark Pengrin looks like he was the first one in the door. You get nothing for that, Mark. We do appreciate your participation. John without an H is joining us. He says, time for some Silverhawks from the 80s. We've already done that. We went down that road. Kelsey drew the Silverhawk. Actually, Kelsey and David on the same episode did the Silverhawks. And it was actually a slaughter because Kelsey's did not turn out well. And David's did. It was ugly. Stealth X5 NPC Oasis. He says, "This is nice." He says, "I love you guys." That's beautiful.
I love you too.
He's not in love with us. He just loves us, right?
He just loves us. Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Because the scary love.
don't push it. Don't push it too far, Dan.
Yeah, don't read into it, Dan.
Yeah, don't. That's something you don't want to read into. Just
Guys,
move on.
remember, the internet is forever. Don't.
Love you too.
That's always you got to keep in mind. When you're doing comedy, you got to think, this could be seen again.
Well, when a guy says, "I love you, man," that's a good thing. But
Right.
if he just says, "I love you,"
You got to put the man.
you
on
got to
there.
add the man.
Yeah.
And then when he says it a certain way, I love you. That just sounds weird.
Yeah, you're just like, I'm not really comfortable with
Yeah,
that.
what the hell?
Creative Faye giving us a bunch of suggestions there, at least to me anyway, to draw. Best name I can think of, do Earthbenders count? If so, Aaron should draw Toph. Oh, I actually like that show.
Yeah.
I do not like anime. I don't like manga. I do not like Green Eggs and Ham, but I do like The Last Airbender, the cartoon.
Yeah.
So was it? It's Avatar, is what it's.
Yeah.
Avatar: The Last Airbender, right?
Yeah.
Kizer, you're all over that. You're an animation guy. You know that stuff.
Yeah, actually, the guy who directed Joaquin Dos Santos, he's one of the reasons why I work in animation. Yeah.
Oh, how about that? So you have a connection there. That's cool.
Yeah, him and Lauren Montgomery.
But that's really not. It's not really manga, right? Or anime. It's American anime, right? Isn't it done in the U.S.?
It's like Western animation, anime. Yeah. But
That's probably why I like
very much influenced by the Japanese.
Right. But it's that it went through that Americanized filter, and that's why I can tolerate stomach it. It's not that pure form that is just I can't handle. Anyway, Randy Howell's here, all the way from Canada. Toshiro says, fingers crossed for Kelsey. Yeah, well, there's going to be crossed for another week. We have heard nothing from Kelsey, although Ethan showed like some Cyberfrog pages that Kelsey had done or some layouts. So Kelsey is actually functioning and contacting Ethan. Why he's not talking to me or any of us, I don't know. But
are we any of us offering him any work?
Well, that might be part of it too.
He doesn't talk for free.
There's no money involved in the show. I know it's a harsh reality. Kaiser's like, what? What?
Yeah.
There's no money?
I am tired. Best name I can think of. I've been up for like 4 days. Yeah. Somebody says Kizer sounds tired. I've been up 4 days, so yeah.
Have you really? Would you have like a massive deadline or something?
Yeah. This month is very busy for me, so
trying
to get everything done before I leave out of here to go to Denver, and I come back and I have to teach a class, 5-week course. And I have to draw 128 characters for another company. And,
oh my gosh,
that's a commitment.
And also, I might be working on some Marvel stuff, some publishing Marvel stuff,
like comic book stuff.
Yeah,
not anime. Oh my gosh, look out!
Yeah.
Wow, you're going to be like a headliner here on this show.
For you guys.
Yeah, legitimate professional.
I'm not sure you want to associate with us too closely. If you're good.
Yeah, that's right. Keep your distance.
Yeah,
we're kind of radioactive. When it
comes
when
they bring our names up, I don't know those dudes. I don't know what you're talking about, man.
3 out of 4 of your hosts have been blacklisted at Marvel.
Oh yeah. Oh shoot. Well, hey, I'm already blacklisted, baby. I'm listed as black every day.
Can't escape it. Oh my gosh. Caleb Reynolds is here. Glitch. Fritzy Schnitzel is bringing up Commandy characters. Wow. Pantheon's joining us. Rand Arrington. Hello, Graybeards. Hello, chat. Driving home as usual. Thanks for joining us, Rand. Don't drive off the road. Trips is here. Matthew Muma. Haven't seen Matthew in a bit. Flatey1. Marcus Killigrew, purveyor of all things pop culture knowledge. N2 Paints. Best Age Comics. Kevin Thomas. Blizzard. Aviator Surge. Paulus Arts. JP Roca. I'm taking a deep breath here. Leg Kick's here because Leg Kick is almost always here. Spambot's there. Dad's Den of Pop Culture. He says, do it live, Aaron. Do it live. We'll be doing something live. Zaid Comics. Of course, that's Phil Diaz is joining us. There's somebody I can't. I'm not going to say your name. Sorry. You know who you are. There's David Brohawk is in the chat.
Hey, David.
Over to that, David says Coran has the Marvin Gaye beanie going on. That is.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, okay. Here we go. 3 out of 4 people on the show don't know what that means.
What, Marvin Gaye? I know. Don't give me that. I know who Marvin Gaye is. I know what he means.
Yeah, I know who he is, but I don't understand.
He had that. Marvin Gaye wore a beanie just like
He
that.
always wore the beanie.
All right.
Yeah.
All righty.
Because in the 70s,
Curious,
he started
he's all
losing
take
his
your word for it.
In the 70s, he started losing his hair, so he had this, hide
Oh,
it.
there you go. Okay. You're not losing your hair, though. You're just
No, just
your head more. Right. Spambot's here. Ocean View Refugee. Wow. Those beanies are a 9.2, he says. Doc Brewski's joining us. Who else am I missing here? NPC Oasis. Duck Bacon says, hey, oh, we'll just put it up here. He hails everybody. Unlike Katie did, Duck Bacon includes everyone, even the chat. That's very nice. Thank you.
Wait,
Duck.
Katie just said, hello, gentlemen. That's included. I think that includes me, maybe. I don't know.
Well,
Anybody
see,
here,
you could
gentlemen?
Yeah, you could read into that.
Yeah.
And I often do. Hey, He's a Monster, and the Green Lasers here. Toxic Dust 13 is joining us. Oh, there's Katie. Okay. Hello, gentlemen.
See?
All right. Well, okay.
So be gentle.
But
Aaron.
I don't know if Katie differentiates between who she considers a gentleman and who she doesn't on this show. So that's still very vague to me.
Aaron,
That's what I'm saying.
she
She's trying to tell you
does.
something. Like, be gentle today.
Okay.
Don't be so mean,
Oh, okay. I see what it is. Okay. I got you. Fallen Low Life is here. It takes 2 powerhouses to fill one Kelsey spot at the Graybeards. Wow. Is that an insult to?
No, I think he's talking about
somebody. There you go. Just in case that was an insult to me.
Just in case.
I don't mind.
Just in case he meant that at me.
Right,
Kino
Kelsey's
Reviews
awesome.
is here. Yeah, Kelsey is awesome. Katie did saying, that's right, Dan. See,
Oh, boy, that sounds.
so typical of her to agree with you.
Well, I just can't believe a woman ever. I never hear any woman ever say that ever to me.
What?
It's
Call
just
you a
like,
gentleman?
what? That's so weird. Like, are you sure? You sure you said that? Did you get that right? Because it just doesn't sound right to me. I'm right.
Gentlemen, yeah.
A woman says that. Oh my.
Yeah,
gosh.
I know. Hello, gentlemen. Oh, that's that makes you think maybe she's got ulterior motives or something. I don't know what's going on here.
Well,
Yeah, to
I
piss
think
you off.
Dan needs to rethink how he treats women.
Oh,
Huh?
well, yeah. Not me. I am a gentleman. So she must be talking about you, Dan.
Yeah.
Well, I'm a gentleman, I think.
Well, you just said you were stunned that someone would refer to you that way.
No,
so.
right. No, she said you're right, Dan. And that's
Oh, I
no
see.
woman
Oh,
ever
that part.
says, in
Yeah.
any time ever in the history of my life said I'm
Okay.
right about anything. So
Okay. Whew. All right.
Yeah,
That was
they always say I'm right. Women are always
But
saying
yeah, Dan, you've been married way too long.
I have been. I'm going to be 30 years this year for me. So
God, that was a long trip around to nothing, Dan. Just really,
sorry.
I don't know where we were going or
Yeah. What are we talking about?
It's like-
Yeah, so I'm not right.
Katie did said, y'all serious? It's common here in the country.
What,
Say
gentlemen?
gentlemen
Say gentlemen.
with a southern accent. Hello, gentlemen.
Hello,
I don't know. Do they say that in southern New Jersey, Kizer? Do they say hello, gentlemen, in southern New Jersey?
Well, I'm first generation northeasterner. Most of my family is from the south, so they do say that. Gentlemen.
Okay, all
But don't they say it here too? I mean, I think they say it everywhere. Gentlemen.
Yeah.
Well, gentlemen, start your engines. I've heard that.
I mean, gentlemen's it's an old phrase, really. You know.
I've heard gentlemen's club. I've heard that before.
Oh yeah.
Where
That's the misnomer there.
exactly where have you heard that, Aaron?
I'm just, I've heard tell. I've heard tell.
Okay. Yeah, see, that's better. See, just adding that one word.
He saw the sign. He thought, "Oh, I'm a gentleman. I'll go in here." And he was really surprised.
Katie said I was a gentleman, so I went in. I
thought this would be a nice.
Oh, well, yeah, club. That club must be for me.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. Why wouldn't I think?
Little surprise, like what the?
I've never been. Well, anyway, so let's do a little show and tell, shall we? We've got a minute here before we get going. We're gonna, when we get to my show and tell, it's gonna spark a little bit of a discussion. So, but we'll start with this right here. Looks like Randy, Gary, my good friend Randy Emerlin is joining us. Gary, tell us about this.
I did this right after the Burn show,
which was last week, right?
Yes, I did it like the next day. Just me inking a Burn cover the way I would ink him. He inked his own covers, and sometimes I think, oh man, what if I ink that? Well, sometimes it's successful, sometimes it isn't. I got a lot of good compliments when I posted it on Twitter. It came out okay. I'm not 100% thrilled with it, but
I like it. I like that it's yours, but it's still Burn too.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like you slicked up Burn, but it still looks like Burn.
Yeah.
So
that's what I was trying to do is, ink it a la Martino and still have, Burn in there.
Yeah. In fact, I like it so much. I think you guys would have made a good team.
$100 confirmed.
Yeah.
It is. Green Laser says, Gary, do you need my address to mail that to?
Well, yeah, after you send me the payment.
Are you auctioning this day?
Not today. No, not today. Okay. But it is up for sale.
Everything is always for sale on this show.
Everything's always for sale, yeah. And then I have been wondering what Ethan would look like if Brian Boland inked him.
That's an interesting concept because he's very Boland-esque.
Yeah. And he kind of, when he inks himself, it kind of reminds me of Boland sometimes, the stuff that he does.
Okay.
So I inked this Cyber Frog in the Boland style.
Yeah, blow that up a little bit. Get in there a little bit.
That's great.
Wow, look at that line work.
Has Ethan seen this?
No, I just actually it's not finished. There's still some corrections I have to make. But the
that's great. He's gonna love it.
Yeah, that's really, really cool.
So just trying to do, the tight Boland feathering, thick and thin, and
I was going to say that area in his chest, right there, where you have most of the feathering, that really does look like Boland lines. Because I remember holding up those Killing Joke pages, going, he used a brush.
Yeah. Yeah. So like I said, I was working on this morning and I still have a little cleaning up to do. When I finish it, I'll post it on Twitter.
That's very cool, man. I dig that. Okay. Dan Lawless. Well, woo, what the heck?
This is from Apex Comics, the character called Fembat. And he asked me to do a trading card. So I did it as this art as a trading card. And then it got a lot of positive response, and people were like, why don't you just make it a cover? This should be a cover.
Yeah.
So that's exactly what we're doing. We're making it into a cover, and this is the cover. And so it's a lot of fun. It's available. His comic is available on Fund My Comics. You can check it out. He's a beginning comic artist. When I see, sometimes I see a guy like this where he's his work isn't at a professional level yet, but the character's great, the name is great, and I see potential in it, and that makes me interested in it. So I may go. That's why I'll get on board with something like this sometimes, and that's what this is all about. So if you can get this comic funded, printed, we can get some more artists going, and I think it's got a good start. It's an interesting character.
I know I'm going to take crap for saying this. I'm going to point it out anyway. The underlighting on her butt cheek and the fill lighting in the shadow on her back leg is incredible.
Oh, thank you.
It really creates volume there. A lot of people don't do that, and it's a very nice touch. You see a little bit of that red highlight underneath the kicker light on the bottom of her thigh there too.
Yeah.
Cool. Very nice.
Yeah, that's just an understanding of how light hits, and stuff like that, and
how light hits off the buttocks is what you're saying.
Yeah.
how light hits off the human figure,
Very
and skin
important.
and stuff.
Very important.
Yeah.
How light hits off a big ass booty.
Wait a minute, that's gentleman Dan Lawless there.
Yeah, Dan, please never say that again. Please.
I approve.
That's why Dan is awesome. Her boyfriend wears an eye patch. What's Fritzy Snitchell? Is he talking about Fembat or something else? I don't know.
So, anyways, Apex Comics and Fund My Comic. Check
Sound
it out.
like the dog likes it.
Yeah, that's Husker approved. All right, Kizer's got something. Let's take a look at this.
So yeah, this is from last time.
Yeah.
Did the Incredible Hulk, and I remember you guys were saying like he's punching some rocks. What is he punching?
Oh, that's right. So you added the dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the best team up fight ever, really, when you think about it, in the history of comics.
These are the best. These two had the best.
Wow. We thought it was punching a wall and then blam.
That's cool, man.
So, okay, I could see here is a advantage to doing digital. If you had done that on paper, you couldn't have done this without like taping another piece of paper next to it.
Yeah, which is what I used to do back in the day.
That's what I still do.
Yeah.
By the way, I think I'm going to do the thing today, if you know what I mean here.
No. I'm doing the thing today.
You do the thing all the time.
People expect it from me. And Kaiser's like, wait a minute, I'm doing the thing today.
No,
He doesn't
I'm
do anything.
doing Ultron.
Yeah, see, I was
Ooh.
I decided to draw today and I was going to do the thing. So you guys, I'm going to now in protest, I'm not going to do it.
I called it.
That'll teach you.
Oh, I could do Dr. Doom, I suppose, but
And you know how it works in kid court. If you call it, it's yours.
You can do Iron Man.
I hate Iron Man. Well, I do Gene Colan's Iron Man. That I love that Iron Man.
Okay. I like
That's
that.
one character I didn't really like him doing was Iron Man.
Who?
He's
Gene
so
Colan?
he's so fluid and the armor.
That's what
what
I
I
liked
like.
about it.
I know,
His
it's
iron was like rubbery.
Yeah, it was rubber armor, you know?
You got Stilt Man. It's a good one.
Yeah, I love. Oh, I forgot about him.
Yeah.
What about
That's cool,
Colossus?
brother. That's cool. All right, now let me show you what I got here, and
Metallo.
we're going to spark a little discussion. Now, a couple shows ago, Dan Lawless did a drawing of Sludge, which is a character that I was going to say I made famous, but he never was famous, so I just drew him. And Gary inked, of course, back in the day for Ultraverse.
Well, Sludge made you famous.
Yes, there you go. Sure, why not? So I inked it,
Oh, that's cool, man.
and I'm telling you, it was a challenge as we were discussing off camera, and I kind of wanted to bring this conversation to the forefront, is that Dan doesn't put this. Okay, first of all, this drawing wasn't as tight as you might have thought it was by looking at it, because he colors in the pencils really, really dark. A lot of the musculature and stuff was very rough edged. So trying to interpret that, do I interpret it in feathering? Do I do dry brush? You know, these are the kind of things you're kind of trying to figure out while you're doing it. And so I kind of erred on the side of feathering because I wanted to tighten it up a little bit, but not lose that sort of energy and looseness that Dan had in the drawing. So you can see like the little feathering lines
great.
there that I used to soften the edges.
Yeah, I think that's a good choice.
Of some of his, basically were just rough pencil shapes.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's, and I added a little, like, where is it? Where's my hand? Oh, okay. You can see like those little highlights. They're more pronounced in real person, but I would like leave some highlights in there. This is very much a Gary Martin kind of thing right there.
To break up the black.
Yeah, the black and the solid black. And you can see on his hand and stuff where I added some feathering lines again to soften those shapes, but still try to remain true to what he had put down in his pencils.
Yeah.
Aaron, you're falling into the trap of when you're inking somebody else and you're adding a few lines that aren't there. I think, oh man, I'm contributing. I'm a real artist. I'm not just an inker.
Well, we were discussing this, you guys.
Wouldn't notice it anyway.
As we were discussing this before, it's like it's all decision making. Even when I pencil something, I don't really know how I want to finish it. So you're handing that to an inker, and you're hoping that they can sort of read your mind as what you wanted to do or the direction you wanted to go. But even I don't know exactly how those lines are going to go, and so I may want to change them or something, especially if I'm working digital. And so the inker has to really has to make decisions on their own. And so that's why a good partnership is so important. When you find an inker who teams up with you, who you guys kind of gel with, and you can kind of pick up where the other guy left off and finish it and make the decisions that he hasn't made yet to complete the process. I'm looking at that leg and I'm like on the the left, the back leg, and it's like, I love it, and I'm seeing stuff I didn't really see, or just the way you feathered it. I didn't know how I wanted to finish it. And then so you had to make those decisions for me, and you made it, and it looks really, really great.
Right. You can see a little bit of cross hatching there on the, again, just to soften the, where is it? Right there. The cross hatching right there to kind of soften that edge. So it was interesting. And I broke it up a little bit with feathering on these abs right in there. So there was a lot of kind of, what would I do, but not push it so far that I lost what you were doing, or at least that was my attempt. Obviously I didn't finish the group here, but I wanted to get the figure done anyway. So
it was like when I colored your Garbage Man story, I had to think, where does Aaron want this to go? And we were both thinking, we're looking at rights and stuff, things like that. And I kind of I have to try to read your mind and say, okay, this is how I think he would like it to be finished. And the same thing with this. When you're finishing my work, you got to think, where's Dan going? And then, then let's get there, because it is one art, and you got to kind of work together with it. And so it's like it's a challenge. It's a lot of fun too, isn't it? I mean, it's like,
yeah, because you get in there and you're just like, when you're looking at it from a distance as the whole drawing, it works really well. And then you get in there and try to figure out how you want to ink it. Now you're looking at really tiny pieces of it, and you're looking at a shape going, where's he going with this shape? I'm not sure I understand, because it was, is this side of pencil stuff? Does that now mean dry brush, or should I feather this to soften it? Or do I make a hard line here? So, yeah.
Well, the exciting thing is when you can do things I can't do. And when you get a team up, it's like, I can't do lead feathering like that. I can't, I don't know how to do that. And so I give it to you, and you can do it. And then together you make a better piece than the one of you could have done by yourself,
Well, you
which
hope,
is really fun,
right? Because you don't want to show the person the thing and they're all going, oh yeah, that looks great.
Yeah. When you first held that up, my first impression is that it reminded me of Mike Plug.
Yeah, it's a little Plugy. I don't know that Plug used much feathering, or does.
Well, that's what I'm saying. He did a little bit, but
yeah.
He didn't. That wasn't his trademark.
Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah,
You
there's
know, one of the reasons when I was working in comics, I started
can
to
see that.
simplify my drawings and less feathering because I found it was easier for the inker to, first off, I needed something to go a little faster, and it was easier for the inker to interpret that and go, okay,
Yeah, there's a bunch of inkers that would be happy because that they don't feather well, and then there's a bunch of inkers that like to show off their feathering. And so
right. Yeah, I was doing it. I was literally doing it to soften edges. Is the only reason I was feathering in here. But yeah, that face does look like plug, doesn't it? That's what looks very plugy.
Yeah.
So anyway, there you go. So that was that's an interesting. I haven't inked anybody in a long, long time, and it was a lot of fun, but it was challenging too. You to kind of get inside your head and try to figure out. Has Dan got a direction here? Is this just kind of some rambling, scribbling sketch work that, because when you're doing a looser drawing, there's a lot of extra lines in there that aren't necessarily meant to be anything. They're just part of the structure process and drawing. And you might put some stuff in there that you really don't want left in there, so you kind of try and interpret that as well. So
you got in my head. Is that the reason I all of a sudden I wanted to grab an ink pen and I
got in your head and all I could hear.
Whatever you're eating, I was like, I think I'll have a pizza right now.
All I could hear echoing in the head was gentlemen, 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 gentlemen.
So Dan, you were like drawing, and then you noticed. I was like, I didn't realize I had this much hair on my arms.
Yeah, werewolf Lopresti.
Yeah, not
full moon, baby.
Some hair, but not like werewolf, yeah, man.
Okay, all right. Let me switch this up. Where is it? My custom screen. That's not it. Is this it? Oh, wait a minute. I got to add this first. There it is. Then we want that. Yeah. There it is. There it is.
Okay.
All right.
Are we getting ready to go? I'm going to set up my.
Yeah. So you're
camera.
You're doing the thing, Dan Wallace. Is that what you're calling?
I believe so, sir.
That's what she said.
Did she? Is that what?
So what's everybody doing again?
I'm doing Ultron.
I'm doing the thing, but I don't know. There's a lot of interpretations that could be interpreted any way you want.
We know what you're talking about.
Now, you know what? Dan and I are going to be in a bit of a competition because I had in my mind what I wanted to do, and it involves the thing, so I'm doing it anyway.
Yeah, well, you've already done the thing a bunch of times, so that's fine.
Oh,
but I want to see. See now we can't even. So I was going to say I want to see your thing, and I can't say that.
Right.
If you both do the thing, it'll be viral on Twitter because Fantastic Four trailer just came out and everything thing very, very popular.
It's true.
Yeah.
See, Dan, we're pushing.
I was kind of thinking that too a little bit. Yeah, like, hey, it's kind of. By the way, what do you guys think of the trailer?
It was pretty awesome.
I didn't
great except for the casting of Reed Richards. Doesn't look like Reed Richards,
It doesn't have to look.
I don't like the thing's voice. I was like, why isn't it deep and gravelly? It's like this. Hey, how you doing? I'm the thing, and I'm like, what?
Yeah, that was not so.
That was the only thing that bothered me. But maybe they'll go back in and dub him and give him a little more of a Darth Vader voice.
You guys want to hear my thoughtful analysis?
I'll do that while I'm switching my camera here.
Yeah, sure.
I don't really care.
Thanks for your contribution, Gary.
I mean,
go ahead and sign out, guys.
I watched it and I was like, oh, okay, and then I stopped thinking about it.
Well, I mean, I'm not as into that stuff as much as I used to be. That first wave of Marvel stuff sort of, I don't want to say burnt me out because I don't know if that's the correct terminology, but it was kind of like
I kind of gave up on. I gave up on Fantastic Four films because they've been so disappointing. So I'm just going to wait until somebody says this is spectacular.
It's the greatest thing I've ever seen.
I thought the first one was okay.
No, I didn't. I didn't like
the first
any
one in the 2000s. I thought that was
Jessica
okay.
Alba.
Yeah, that wasn't that bad.
really.
That first
Yeah,
one. The second one with Silver Surfer, not so much. I didn't really care.
Yeah,
Well,
I just don't understand why they can't make the characters look like the character. Like, do you remember that Matthew Broderick film with the Godzilla film? I'm looking at it going, I mean, it's a pretty good film, but it's like It's not Godzilla.
I know, but that's why I liked it, because I hate Godzilla.
Oh, really?
Glitch. I'm not criticizing Jessica Alba. I was criticizing the film.
She was too young for Sue Richards, for my taste. Because you always feel like Sue
I don't think that was a good
mom, right?
good cast. Yeah, that was not a good cast in that film.
Although, what's his face?
It was just like a bunch of actors running around in costumes, like a cosplay. It didn't feel like the Fantastic Four.
Well, the thing is, though, I thought Captain America was great as Johnny Storm. I did like him.
Yeah, see, I didn't like him either.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
No, he was. Yeah, I didn't. Yeah,
Gary, you're just grumpy. That's your problem.
I think the Fantastic Four film should be spectacular because it was the foundation for the Marvel Universe. And it's been like the worst franchise of all the
That's
Marvel.
true. However, I have to admit, I got a little bit excited when they showed Galactus's head, like looking at the Statue of
Yeah, that
Liberty
was
and
cool.
over his shoulder. I was like, yeah, they got the helmet and everything. I was like, yeah, that's it.
Does that mean the surfer's going to be in it?
Yeah, but it's a female surfer, which
Okay. See, okay, there you go.
Yeah. I didn't know that.
Fail.
yeah, I know. I don't know why they. Yeah, they
Wait,
made.
Is there a female Silver Surfer in the comic?
Yeah, there is.
Yeah, but not till much later.
Yeah.
And there was Shala. They made Shala Ball, who is the Silver Surfer's wife or whatever love interest from his home planet. She is now she becomes the Silver Surfer instead of Norrin Rad.
Instead of the actual Silver Surfer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, see, why don't they just make the thing a woman? I mean, if you're gonna mess with the characters, just make everybody a woman, and then
And then it's
we could eat, we could drink our soy shakes while we're enjoying this
Making Ghostbusters.
the festival.
Okay.
I mean,
and we all know what happened with Ghostbusters, right?
but they're saying that the Fantastic Four should just blow everybody away, and they have yet to do that. And that trailer didn't do that for me.
Yeah, but you know what it has going? It has a nice kind of retro, kind of pseudo retro feel to
That
it.
part's
Kinda
cool.
Yeah, that's what I like.
I kind of liked.
Yeah, but
car
I mean,
was
it might
awesome,
be
man.
better than the other films, but I'm still.
I'm actually thinking about doing a piece where the Fantastic Four meets the Incredibles because of that trailer. I was like, oh, they're in that future that, you remember like those promos for this is the future, the 1950s and 60s.
Yes.
Well, imagine if that future actually came to fruition and the Fantastic Four is living in that future, just like the Incredibles. So I'm going to fuse them together to make a piece. Yeah.
You'll have to share that with us.
Oh yeah, doodly.
Well, hey, you pulled off Scooby Doo, and you hate Scooby Doo, so
Yeah. Well, yeah.
you kind of reimagined them a little bit, and that was pretty cool. So,
Yeah, Scooby Doo sucks. Sorry, guys.
ouch! Ow! All right, Gary, don't hold back anymore. If he's gonna go, down that.
Scooby Doo.
What do you mean? Don't hold back. What have I ever?
Yeah, I know that was kind of a dumb comment. I can't remember a time where you actually have ever held back, but
to be fair, I do not say everything that pops into my head.
That's not what Tina says.
All righty.
There you go.
Yeah. Old Tarantula Tina.
Hey, could I draw the Silver Surfer because he's metal, right? Covered with metal.
Yeah, someone
Yeah.
suggested that.
Yeah.
Or cosmic alloy.
Why not?
Or Metallo.
I could do
That's a good one.
Well, I've got one character. I want a surprise character, and I'm doing a 2-character thing. And I could do the surfer, couldn't I? Maybe I'll do that.
Yeah, I want to see how you do the surfer.
Are these all like Marvel?
No.
No one has mentioned any DC metal characters.
Well, who do you got? Like the Metal Men?
Yeah,
I mean, I like the Metal Men, but come on.
Robot Man from Doom Patrol?
Ugh.
A RoboCop.
Yeah, you could do RoboCop.
That'd be awesome. Or the Terminator. There you go.
Wow. My whole world is just opening up.
What's that dude in Teen Titans who's mostly
Cyborg?
Yeah.
Cyborg, you could do Cyborg.
We could do Colossus. I mean, he's
Ooh,
great.
Colossus, yeah.
Colossus.
Into Pan says Amazo.
Heck is Amazo.
Amazo? Question mark. See, that's how that name should always be mentioned with a question mark. Amazo?
Amazing.
I got to rethink. I'm rethinking everything right now.
Steel, Robert.
Oh yeah,
It says Steel. So there's another one. Blue Beetle.
Well, the new Blue Beetle has got armor, right? So technically,
See, I'm not hip to that.
I don't know if that counts.
I was thinking of the old one.
You could do the Wonder Twins, when they change into something metal.
well, I think that's stretching it a little bit there. If you're going to go Wonder Twins.
Iodine says Chromium Man.
Well, I know of Titanium Man. I don't know if I've ever heard of Chromium Man.
I drew to Titanium Man, I believe. Or no, wait, it was who's the guy that can Absorption Man? It was like he could absorb.
Yeah, Absorption Man.
Yeah, so I drew him as a metallic guy, and that was pretty cool.
And Fat Tony says Tin Man. I mean, that's getting like way too specific. It's like Metal Man spoken for. So I'm Chromium Man. I'm way better than Titanium.
Well, back in the Marvel glory days, the Silver Age, they were having to crank out a villain a month on all those titles, and not all of them were winners. Let's be honest.
Yeah, you're right. They had to. Yeah. Queen Mickey's in the chat. And Fat Tony is asking me to have a heart. Sorry, Fat, that's not going to happen.
I'm going to tell you it's probably not going to happen.
Chromium Man, Iodine says Chromium Man was a indie publisher circa 93.
Chromium Man?
Chromium Man. See, that's okay. So that's some guy working in his garage thinking, what metal is not spoken for?
I know. I'll make it big in comics.
That's right. They'll stop laughing at me at the Institute.
Once they see Chromium Man.
That's right. I'll show them all.
We shouldn't be. I don't even know who created. We should be making fun of him, I guess.
He's in the chat.
Yeah, I know. Oops. We love Chromium Man. Just kidding.
I created Chromium Man.
Now we're getting down to it. Independent says Tungsten Man.
Tungsten. Oh gosh. Okay.
Aluminum foil man.
Yeah.
No, it'd be like aluminum foil lad, right?
Yeah, he's got to be a sidekick.
It would be fun to see a character like aluminum foil,
His,
or even the Tin Man.
catchphrase.
The Tin Man get into a fight with a powerful superhero, just get the shit beat out of it. Just bashed. Aluminum foil just crumbled up. Thrown aside.
Aluminum foil boy, his catchphrase could be boiled again.
Foiled again.
Oh my gosh. Well, Corin, you got that one. Better trademark it.
Yep,
Yeah.
quick.
You know,
I think I'm gonna draw him instead of Ultron.
We're getting some good ones. Zeno the Stork says, Gypsum board man.
Oh my gosh.
And yeah, Green Laser says, Pewter boy.
Pewter boy. Pewter, isn't that what they make like chess pieces out of? Stealth
Yeah.
X5 for $2 says hello with a Gary Martin avatar there, a Batman that you did. How about that? That's respect. When people use your artwork as their avatar, that's respect.
Well, you know, he commissioned me and he's getting good use out of it. Ted Lehman is asking, is Chromium Man related to the Muffin Man?
The Muffin Man? The one who lives on Drury Lane?
Matthew Muma says, Captain Aluminum. I like that.
I do actually kind of like that.
I like that.
Look out, everybody! Penny Man is coming.
Yeah.
Beware the wrath of Penny Man.
Oh, Penny
Yeah.
Man!
Stand back.
Yeah,
Back, it's Penny Man.
that's Marcus. Penny Man.
Ah,
He knows every fact about Abraham Lincoln. For some reason.
that's right. Because you can't stump him. Abraham Lincoln trivia. Leg kick for $5. No one said Crimson Dynamo or Terrax or even Terra from Teen Titans.
Oh.
Wait a minute. Terrax is neither. Is Terrax? He was a Sentinel for Galactus.
Ooh.
Was he metal though? I think you're high, brother. Crimson Dynamo though. Not a big Crimson Dynamo fan though. I would admit.
You said Sentinel. You should have. Somebody should have
Oh,
drawn.
Sentinel, yeah, heck yeah.
Yeah. Dang it. I've always liked the designs of the Sentinels.
Patrick Quinlan. There it is. For $1.99. Thanks, Patrick. Aaron, don't let Dan bully you out of drawing the thing. He already did.
Yeah.
I like variety on this show, you know. And he's right. I have drawn the thing.
You've drawn the thing a lot,
countless times.
but you do great. You know, every time it's fantastic.
Oh, there you go.
Stand aside, let someone else go.
Yeah, stand aside.
Continuing some of the chat's metal characters. Old Dirty Fatty. The Copper Avenger.
Well, that's very close to Penny Man, isn't it?
Yeah, it's Penny Man. It's Penny Man's cousin. I don't know about that.
Beware Penny Man. I love
Kino
that.
Review says, I don't know what this has to do with metal. Master Mold.
Well, I guess don't they make like the mold? The mold would be made out of
Oh,
leather.
that's true. Okay. I apologize. That's genius. So he would be the master. He would be the leader of them all.
Yep. No getting around it.
Yeah. Good one.
It's a good one.
All right, I finally got this figured out, but I got it. I know what I'm doing. You know, you could do the absorbing man after he absorbed metal or earth, for that matter. I love the absorbing man. Leg kick $2. Terrax was earth, part of the rules. Terrax was he though? I don't know enough. I'll take your word for it. I honestly don't know enough about Terrax to comment one way or the other.
Hold on a second. Okay. Best name I can think of. I'm sorry.
Queen Mickey says master mold is only good for 500 presses. And then he crashed.
Yeah, and then he's out. Got to retire. Good one.
All right.
Doesn't it make it think of Cobalt Crusader fights crime with his brass balls of justice?
The Lead Ranger. That's good.
There's no brass man, is there?
What's that?
There's no brass man.
There isn't.
I think there's a brass man.
Sir?
The metal men, right? Don't they have a brass man?
They got gold. They've got chrome.
Chrome?
They've got who's the
Copper?
red guy with the long nose?
Lead?
No, lead was the big guy. That,
Oh, the
like,
big dude. Okay.
and then gold was sort of like the most normal looking guy. Red might have been the guy with the pointy nose. Might have been copper.
Yeah, it was copper, I believe.
Okay.
Up there.
I accidentally have a 9B. Have you ever heard of a 9B pencil? That's like, might as well be charcoal.
Yeah, I used to use a 9B back in the day.
A 9? You used to use a 9B?
Yeah. 9B, HB.
Well, I use HBs all the time. I don't know why I have a 9B.
What do you get, like one stroke and then you got to sharpen it?
I know. It's like, I got a whole bunch I must have bought these on accident, or maybe I was thinking of using them like charcoal or something, got real soft lead to do like side of my pencil kind of stuff.
Yeah, good for softening an edge for rendering. Marcus says gold, iron, lead, mercury, and platinum.
Okay, so the chick was platinum, right? Who was mercury? Maybe the red guy was mercury. That's poisonous. Mercury and lead are poisonous. They shouldn't be going around like touching people if they're made of those. Very dangerous.
That sounds like me during the COVID thing where I wasn't wearing a mask. You shouldn't be going around touching people.
Well, you shouldn't be going around, Gary. You shouldn't be going around touching people anyway. I'm just pointing that out. I don't know what's going on there, but
yeah.
Is that what everyone's saying? You shouldn't be going around touching people?
Yeah, I was like, that had nothing to do with your mask or lack of mask.
Where are you going around touching people, Gary?
Okay, all right. Okay, the pieces are coming together now. Now things are making sense.
Oh, well.
I put a mask on and people are still saying it.
Yeah, they're still telling me people. Like,
You shouldn't be going around touching people.
By the way, the one thing the Fantastic Four trailer I liked was the Kirby thing. They finally, the other movie where they did the thing. It's not the thing.
Mm-hmm.
I did like are you saying you didn't like the thing, or you did
like his? They did the Kirby thing. I mean, the look.
Yeah. The voice though was just all wrong. But anyway, Stealth X5 for $2 says potato, carrot, bacon, cheeseburger, fries, chocolate bar, ice cream, and a soda.
That's all the food groups.
That's pretty much.
Yeah. See, that's a hearty meal right there.
Yeah, you're getting pretty much a little bit of everything in that. And then
Mickey, you're welcome. Sometimes you can't cut corners. Quality is expensive.
It is. Except on this show. The quality's cheap on this show.
See, that's what I tell people when I'm hanging out at the corner. Quality is expensive.
Okay. All right, so I'm doing Colossus instead of the Thing.
Did you decide this now?
Well, it took a while. I've been going back and forth. I started drawing the Silver Surfer. I started drawing the Thing. Then I started drawing the Silver Surfer. Then I started drawing the Crimson Dynamo. Okay, that's not true, but I was going back and forth here with some of these, and then I finally came up with what made sense to me for the overall picture. There's a bit of a surprise in this that I'm not going to give away yet.
Okay.
So there was a woman who was 7 months pregnant, right? And she falls into a coma, and 2 months later, she wakes up in the hospital. Doctor is hovering above her, and he says, "Congratulations, you just had twins. There's a boy and a girl." The mother says, "Oh, awesome! That's pretty cool." And the doctor says, "Your brother named them for you." The woman says, "Uh-oh, my brother's an idiot. What did he call the girl?" The doctor says, "Denise." She says, "Okay, well, that's not too bad. What did he call the boy?" He said, "The nephew."
Okay.
Pretty good.
That's one of my father's jokes. He's got a million of them.
You wonder where all these dads got all these dad jokes at, you know?
I don't know. I don't know where you guys get it from, but they're hilarious.
Somewhere out there, there's someone who's a big source of them, right? They're just sitting around making them up.
You would think.
So float them out there and see how fast they travel around the world.
The Green Laser has a good suggestion. He thought Aaron should draw Doc Savage, the Man of Bronze.
Ooh. Yeah, but that's kind of in name only.
Yeah,
right?
it's not made of bronze.
He's the Man of Bronze, though, because he tans really, really well. No, my favorite X-Men character has to be Colossus, at least to draw. Because I hate the X-Men, but I do like. I know, dude. I'm a complete contrarian. Everybody when I was young was like, "Oh, you gotta read the X-Men; they're so cool," and so I refused to read it because I didn't want to be part of the.
I don't think I've admitted this before, but I'm going to come clean.
Uh-oh.
There isn't a single X-Men character that I like.
Really?
Not a single one. The only one that I kind of liked was the original Beast.
Yeah, I did too.
When he was a dude, but when they changed him into a furry, I don't like him anymore.
Well, did you read X Factor when Louise Simonson was writing it and Simonson was drawing it? Did you ever look at those?
No.
That was good stuff because that was the original X-Men. And see, everybody was into the new X-Men, right? Or what became the Byrne Claremont X-Men. And
you mean the Jim Lee X-Men, sorry.
Well, it depends on your which decade you're reading, I guess. But
I love Byrne and Austin's artwork, and I bought all those issues just to stare at the pretty pictures. But in terms of the characters, I didn't like any of them. And it might have had a lot to do with Claremont's writing. It was more of a soap opera. Everybody's whining about something, and it's like, come on, just get on with it, and somebody punch something.
And then somebody hit something, and
yeah. But I like the original Beast. He was kind of cool.
Yeah, if you drew him right with those giant hands and the giant feet,
right? Right. Oh.
Was he when he first came out? Was he as smart as he became?
Yeah. He was like the science boy or whatever. He was just like this big. Best of everything. I had an idea for a future episode. Each host ink or color a piece from another host. Could be quite entertaining. Yeah, but then we'd have to ship art to each other.
Yeah, that's right.
Like this, we could ship like blue lines, right?
Mickey's on today. She says, "Didn't Wolverine drive a Jeep Cherokee?"
Gary.
So you were never a Wolverine fan?
No.
Gary?
No.
Wow.
Oh, it's snowing outside. My 93-year-old mother just walked in and said, "Look outside," and it's snowing.
Really? It's not snowing here.
You know, it just started. Big flakes coming down hard. I don't know if it's going to stick, but it is snowing, which sort of justifies my my beanie stocking cap. So,
what state are you in? Aaron?
Oregon.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm in Washington, but it just in Vancouver, which is just north of Portland.
Just over the border.
So we should have similar weather.
Yeah. It snows over here all the time in Jersey.
Yeah, I would imagine.
Hey, Gary, I'm sure you've went to Olympic State Forest then, probably at some point, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I went there. It's so beautiful.
Yeah.
That's one thing about the Northwest. If you like outdoors, this is a very scenic, beautiful place.
Yeah, if you don't mind, people walking around outside wearing masks.
Or if you don't mind it raining 10 months out of the year, then yeah, it's great.
Right.
Yeah, I was surprised because it was so lush and green. It looked like almost like Jurassic Park or something. All that lichen and everything like that, but no bugs. There wasn't, like, at least when I was there, the mosquitoes were not.
It's a little, in the woods, you get mosquitoes and stuff around, the small bodies of water, like if you go fishing and stuff.
It's not like Michigan, though, where you get eaten alive, man.
No, it's nothing like that. And I mean, that's one of the things. There's nothing, there's no real, I mean, there's rattlesnakes out in Eastern Oregon, but that's usually like way out in the middle of, nowhere. And, but there's nothing really poisonous or all that dangerous here. I mean, you can go looking for trouble and find bears and mountain lions and stuff like that, but you got to go into their territory to experience that.
Yeah, you're not going to run into a bear taking out your garbage.
Right. And there's no like I don't know, there may be black widows are in Oregon. I've never seen one. And, poisonous spiders or weird crap like that. We just don't have any of that stuff. What we have, though, is crappy weather for 9 months out of the year. So,
yeah, so we still have several months to go before it becomes pleasant here.
Yes. And then it's for a short time, so you got to enjoy it.
We get deer walking around all the woods.
Dude, we get deer. I've passed deer walking my dog. That's kind of fun. But
I remember once I'm sitting there watching TV and there's something coming down the sidewalk. That's a big dog. Someone's walking a big dog. Wait, that's a freaking deer, man. Just walking down the sidewalk.
Yeah. Yeah, Jersey has a lot of deer just hanging out. And we don't like as if they're just humans. They just walk around the neighborhood,
Yep.
Well, people feed them.
No, not really. I mean, because it's a lot of plant life over here in Jersey.
Okay.
It's Garden State.
It is the garden.
Yeah. We usually run away majority of the time.
If you go to Hoboken, you don't know why they call it the Garden State, but
Yeah, no.
But you go out on that train a few miles, and it's beautiful out there.
Yeah, South Jersey has tons of trees, plant life. It's beautiful.
Well, a lot of small, kind of rural-ish looking towns out there on that train line, and it's so funny because you just get on for 30 minutes and you're in, New York City. Well, maybe not 30 minutes, but
yeah, about 30 minutes or so.
Yeah, so you go from this like really kind of nice old, small town feel to big city pretty quickly.
Nothing beats Jersey, but New York would do.
Well, I stayed in Jersey like several times when I was going to New York to like meet with Marvel.
Yeah.
I would stay. I had a couple of girls that I went to high school with were, for some reason, they were in New Jersey and they were rooming together, and they put us up. And they were in, I'm pretty sure they were in Hoboken. And then,
Aaron, did they work at the local gentleman's club?
No. Nordstrom's, actually, I believe, is where they were employed.
Is that what they called it back then?
Who was the what's the other town there, the really kind of where the airport is?
Newark.
Yeah, that's a little rough too in some areas. Yeah. So it might have been Newark they were staying at. Okay. What's the one that has you go right into the train, goes right into the tunnel there to go to New York City? Is that Newark or Hoboken?
Hoboken. I think you're talking about Hoboken.
Yeah, I mean, you literally you get off the train right in Hoboken from New York. It's like the very first place in New Jersey it comes through.
Yeah,
and but you fly into Newark. That's where the airport is.
Yeah.
So all right.
Jersey is a pretty small state, so you can take a train from anywhere here and go into New York.
Well, I flew into Newark, and Walter Simonson picked me up at the airport, and he lived in Suffern, New York, which was like just right across the border of New Jersey.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like 10 feet on the other side of New Jersey. I mean, you could practically see New York City. Well, actually, if you drove from his house, which was very wooded and secluded, I'm not exposing his address because he moved, but where he used to live, and you drive just a couple miles down the road to the bus stop, and you could see New York City from the bus stop, where I caught the bus then and went into New York and peddled my wares.
At the bus station, you were peddling your wares?
No. At Marvel in DC, when I got into the big city.
See, that's a whole different career choice when you're peddling your wares at a bus stop.
Yeah, I didn't go to the bus stop and start peddling my wares.
That's for the gentleman's club.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. All right, so we're over 300 strong at the moment. So everybody take a moment if you haven't, and please hit the like and subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate that. Helps this channel grow to epic proportions. Gary, you have a picture there. Is that something you want me to share now, or you want me to say?
No, that's gonna be part of my beef.
Oh, okay. All right. Ooh, Rand Arrington for 20. Thank you, Rand. Aaron, you are 100% correct about the Thing voice. Terrible choice. Thank you. I was stunned when his dialogue in that.
I was expecting it to be guttural and
hey, come on, what are you doing?
Yeah, it should sound like gravel,
Yeah, and he should be kind of New Yorky or Bronxy, right?
Well, I mean, considering that his vocal cords are made out of granite, it should be.
Yeah, you would think it'd be, maybe a little.
I think he has a little bit of a rock sort of texture. I think they put in that, put sort of a rock, but you don't really hear it that much.
It was too soft and high pitched. I was like, come on, man, this is Ben Graham. Yeah. It's not like, hey, what are you doing over there? You're like, no, I think that's quite what we're looking for here.
Yeah. Hey.
Hey, it's me, the Thing. It's clobbering time.
Yeah.
Guess what time it is?
That puts a whole new spin on it.
You bad boy.
Yeah. You Yancey Street punks, I'll get you.
Oh, it's Dr. Doom.
Oh, it's Dr. Doom, guys. Everybody run.
Dr. Doom, you brute.
Fathead.
Oh, golly.
Wow.
That's quality right there, folks. You don't get that kind of you don't get that kind of entertainment anywhere.
Kizer, I'm never gonna read or hear it's clobbering time without thinking of it.
Yeah.
Guess what time it is? It's clobbering. You know, that's what he says in the movie.
All right, you're giving me a headache from laughing too much.
He doesn't even say it with emphasis. He just kind of says it. It's clobbering time.
Yeah, I mean, like, why does he have to say, guess what time it is for?
Yeah, but in the comic, you know, he belts it out. But your version, he just like kind of quietly mentions that it's clobbering time.
Oh God, I got tears. All right.
You know, be careful how you joke, because they will do it.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That's the thing. It's impossible to satirize these people, because it's like the jokes of today are like that's the defended whatever's culture of tomorrow. You know.
Oh boy. Whew.
Okay, I was thinking of the equivalents. Would you have like a gay Hulk? Say it's Hulk smash.
Oh, yeah. Hulk smash. Hey Hulk, guess what time it is?
Oh, whew.
Yeah.
Oh boy. I got a feeling I'm going to get in
That'd be
trouble
cool.
for this.
I would watch that movie.
Come to think of it, I think that's next to the Gentleman's Club is a gay nightclub.
Oh.
It's called Hulk Smash.
Hulk smash. Mhm.
Oh.
Right across from it is clobbering time.
Yeah.
Yeah, Monday night special.
It's close.
Hey boys, guess what's time it?
Oh.
And everybody screams in unison.
It's clobbering time.
Oh.
Wow.
Mm.
Ah. Okay.
That's it.
Oh, I gotta take a break. Whew.
I'm going to see the movie. I don't care what you guys.
I'm gonna go see it now. How can I not?
You can only improve after this.
Oh, God.
That's the thing. You got to set the standards really low. Then you go, oh, this is pretty good. It
Oh,
sounds a
so
lot
how was
tougher than
the
that original version I heard?
yeah? How was the meeting with Trump, Dan?
Oh, it worked out well. He's a nice guy.
Okay. Robert
Yeah.
Doohan says, so you traded Kelsey for another white guy, David for another black guy. So we can trade Aaron for an old man from a nursing home and Gary for a potato.
Okay.
What?
That's the punchline?
What?
Yeah, I was like, I don't
Nobody seemed to win in this
At
scenario.
least,
I don't know.
yeah, at least give me the courtesy to call me a yam. Gonna do like a
Robert, you've been saving us for that. That's the best you got. Oh my goodness. There we go. And Patrick says, I'm not having any of that.
thank you.
Come on now, Robert.
Wait, he didn't get a cannonball?
Yeah, well,
No, the boo is better.
I can't give them exactly what they're expecting all the time. You know, it's got to keep it fresh. Green Laser says Gary's worth at least a corn dog. So, you know, there you go. Katie's laughing. I don't know what exactly she's laughing at, but better not be me, Katie.
Yeah, Katie, it better not be Aaron.
This is why Dan wanted to draw.
Or you'll be sorry.
Are you taking a shot at Dan's drawing? It says Stealth X5 for $2 says Is this why Dan wanted to draw the thing? I'm not sure what. Is this
Could be. That's
Or did you make a comment that we've already all forgotten that?
Are we talking about the soy thing, where it's
Maybe maybe that's what it is. Okay, I gotcha. He's not making fun of your artwork per se. He's
yeah. Well, I already saw there was a lot of gay potential here. So I mean, the guy's rock hard all the time.
Uh-oh.
I had nothing to do with that, you folks.
He says that in the trailer. I'm rock hard.
He does say that, I think.
Oh. So what's the rating in this movie?
It's like, are you sure I can bring my kids to see this?
Lost. It's PG rating.
Wow. All right.
Oh, well, okay, here's a good one. Dan's Den says, if Dan really believed that, he'd still be working at Marvel.
Yeah, that's right.
Hey, now Coran might be working, so Coran
That's
might be
why
working
he's
for
working on his voice there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Keep working on the voice, and you're in.
Hey, let's not get him in trouble before we even start.
You're almost there.
Guess
So when
what
you show up,
time it is.
yeah. So
You're hired.
Kizer, when you show up in the Marvel office, what do you say?
It's clobbering.
You're hired.
Lock the doors, guys.
You're hired.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, you're hired. They wouldn't lock the door. They'd be going, yes, perfect.
Yeah.
Because
there's some initiation that needs to take place first.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Okay.
God, this is
Let me see your thing. You mean the drawing?
Oh boy. Oh boy.
We're officially off the rail.
Why did you point to my pants when you did?
I hope you mean the drawing.
Okay, Dan, now clean it up now.
Oh yeah, that's right.
There's kids in the audience. Mickey she's like what, 19 or something? Can't be saying stuff like that.
Dan started it.
Well, Dan,
Yeah, I'll just go with the flow. You guys start it.
Dan always starts it.
I do have a history of starting calamities. Yes.
Oh gosh! All right.
Those Portland riots. Sorry about that.
Oh. All right. I got to get out my inking utensils here.
Okay, Stealth is going to save us here.
Okay.
He's changing the subject.
Thank you. Okay. Stealth for 2. Thank you, Stealth. And Dan's thing is looking good. The drawing.
Oh, no. See, now you can't even say anything anymore.
Uh-oh.
Says your thing's looking good. Best name I can think of, says Aaron. I've got both a thing and a man thing, so we're covered. Are you saying that's a quote from me? I don't know that I ever said anything like that. Gary, have you ever heard me say anything like that?
I'm just going to assume you.
Get rid of that.
See, that's what he wants you to say.
Rand Errington says, so what's everyone's opinion of Pedro Pascal as Mr. Fantastic?
Thank you, Rand.
Yeah, thank you for
let's talk about this Fantastic Four movie.
I didn't have really a reaction one way or the other. I know a lot of people don't. They're like, they've got Pedro Pascal fatigue because he's like in everything.
Yeah.
Kind of like Sam Jackson for a while there was like in absolutely everything.
But it just goes to my point of how many people are talking about this, is that it's the Fantastic Four. So people want, a home run. They want it to be spectacular. And if it's not, they're gonna rip it to shreds.
Yep. I think
You know, I
you're-
wouldn't mind if he was if he didn't look like Reed Richards, if he was good looking, but that guy's just not good looking. Period. You know, he's just not a good looking.
I remember
guy.
the first time I ever saw him. I was watching the Mandalorian, and when they took off his helmet,
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
they couldn't get a handsome guy to be this
Yeah,
guy.
yeah.
I was like, sorry, Pedro, no offense. You know, you're
Yeah.
richer than
I
I
mean,
am.
well, the thing is, it's not like he's. I mean, just an average guy. You know,
Yeah,
that's
he's
the thing is,
not. He's not.
Right.
You got
bad
your average
looking.
guy, then you got superheroes. I mean, I don't want to see me if you take the helmet off. Everyone would be disappointed. Like, what the hell? You know,
How did this happen?
like see your own face when they take the helmet off. Like, oh, fudge.
Come on.
Yeah, fudge. Sorry,
I don't know.
for
I
saying-
think I think women fell in love with him when he played in is that Game of Thrones? He was in Game of Thrones. He got killed by the big guy.
I think he was
Yeah.
in Game of Thrones. What was he? What character was he?
I forgot the name of the character. I just know he got killed by the big dude in that show. But
I mean, I saw Game of
that's-
Thrones. I'm trying to remember what character he was. Yeah.
yeah, he always wore yellow. I just remember that. I wasn't that much of a Game of Thrones fan.
I
Yeah.
never watched that show once.
It's a pretty good show, I have to say.
Yeah.
Well, I've
That's
said,
really awesome.
I've said many times that TV was ruined for me by Lost. When I
I
spent
like Lost.
until it ended, and it was the worst ending ever.
I don't know about that.
Were they
Oh,
in heaven or something? I forgot the.
It was a
yeah,
dream.
kind of. Except you had Jack's dad was like the angel guiding him through, and he was like a horrible human being when he was alive. And it's like, how is he in heaven
Yeah.
guiding them around when he's like one of the worst people on this show? And it was just like, it made no sense. They clearly, and they never paid off half of what they set up, because they clearly had no idea what they were doing, and they just kept adding stuff, and you're like, oh, this is cool. Where's this going to go? And then
Yeah, that's the impression that I got, is that they were surprised that people were watching it. It's like, oh, we have to write another show. And it just kind of went on and on and on.
yeah, they kept like, how could they top themselves every week with something new and weird on this island? But none of it made any sense why it would be there.
Right.
They never explained anything.
Yeah. There was
And-
and it just it's like it was like trying to get people a mouse, the
But see,
people
that's
are-
why I think
are-
the
are
ending kind of
nice
works.
watching the show, and you trying to get them to come out of their little hovels with a little piece of cheese, and that's all they offer is just a little piece of cheese every week, and then you're waiting for the meal, and the meal never comes.
Yep.
See, I think that's why the ending works for me, because it turns out to be just a dream, and a dream can be weird. A dream can be odd,
Well, I mean, it's just if you're just stringing the audience along, then that was the perfect ending.
Now, what was the reason why the island was doing what the island did? Like all this weird shit. Because
They never really fully explained that either.
okay.
I mean, they
That's what
had,
I'm watching after like the second season. So it got kind of strange.
I mean, I watched all 6 seasons because I was invested in it, and then, but about season 4 or so, I started to think they're never going to be able to tie all this together, because it was.
I didn't even get close to that much. I quit watching it on the 3rd episode.
Oh, really? That
Yeah.
soon?
Yeah, it's like I just got tired of them. It's like, come on, you set something up, pay it off.
Well, you got to give them a little bit of time and a
No, 3
series.
shows is that's my attention span. You better get me into the story by 3 shows.
You're never going to become a Jedi, that lack of patience there.
That's right. You have no patience, Gary. You're like,
Well, Not when it comes to entertainment.
I can hear Yoda right now. He's too old. No patience.
He has to watch more than one episode.
That's right. I need things to pay off now. The clock's ticking for me.
You're going to the dark side.
Go ahead, man.
I ain't got time for this.
Go ahead and go into the dark side for us, if you don't mind.
You'd be easily seduced by the dark side of the force then.
Yeah.
Like, I got no patience. Oh, God, that's
Oh,
good.
kill
You
all these
feel the impatience flowing through you.
Yeah.
Feel the annoyance.
Come on, Yoda. I'm on the clock.
Luke, feel the annoyance of this TV show.
Yeah.
Feel the impatience.
They're not going to tie it up. Feel the anger.
So, what's your favorite TV show, Gary? Do you have one?
I don't have a favorite TV show.
Oh no.
Right now, currently, I'm watching Thunderbirds.
Oh,
Are you really the puppet show from the 60s?
Yep.
yeah. It's weird.
I love the opening to that show. I think you should steal it for this show. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I
And
will.
I'm ready. After 1, I'm ready.
I'm.
How about countdown to blast off? X minus. Well, how's it go? X minus 4, 5, or something like that.
Are you talking about?
The radio show X minus 1.
Oh no, I never heard of that.
X minus 1.
Yeah, that's. I like the concept, but the stories are extremely dated. So there's like the peril is. Oh, Joe forgot his oxygen bottle again. Go give it to him. Hurry up. He only has 3 minutes left.
Do you guys ever watch or pardon me, listen to like old time radio shows? They have a thing on it's Saturday and Sunday nights on AM radio that comes out of LA, but I can't remember the name of the show, but they do old time radio, and some of it is so good. I mean,
Yeah, I got a whole bunch of that stuff, man.
Yeah, I listen to a lot of that when I'm working on YouTube.
Yeah, the comedy stuff is gold. Like Jack Benny and stuff like that is really, really good. And then some of the adventure stuff is okay. Some of it sucks. But like I listened to one where they had Bogart and Bacall both on it.
Yeah, a lot of the film studios had their stars do radio dramas to promote their current projects. And so they would, starring Humphrey Bogart, and then don't forget, go to your theater. Humphrey is starring in, so that was part of their contract, is they had to do radio. Okay, I was curious about that because it wasn't clear to me why, like James Stewart, like in the 50s, did several Westerns. Yeah. It was like he was at the height of his career doing Hitchcock and stuff in the 50s, and yet here he is doing these radio dramas. Yeah, radio was, it's not like we look at it today. It was a big deal. Yeah. I've been listening to old Bob and Ray radio shows on YouTube. They are hilarious. Yeah, some of that. I highly recommend. Go to YouTube, and you can find like their entire radio series. The writing is so good, and there's a lot of ad-libbing that goes on. It's hilarious. What's the show that had the principal from Grease, the movie Grease? What was her name? Eve Arden. She was in some show. Oh gosh, she had her own show, right? Yeah, she was. It was like she was somebody's secretary. Some wisecracking. She was hilarious. Divorcee or something like that. She was hilarious. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I never listened to the comedy show. I listened to mostly The Shadow, or like I say, X-1, or Arch Oboler's Lights Out Everybody. I love that stuff. I love the horror, and because that's to me back when scary was just scary. It wasn't gore. It was just terrifying stuff. The Tales Behind the Creaking Door or something like that was one of them. The shows that would have the suspense, programs. I can't remember. I think it was The Creaking Door is one of them, and
Yeah. There's lots of detective shows.
Yeah, I love that. There's good ones and sucky ones, but the good ones are good.
The one that cracked me up is he was an insurance investigator.
Yes.
Johnny Dollar.
Yes.
Yeah.
The man with the unlimited expense account.
Yeah. Johnny Dollar.
Johnny Dollar.
Oh.
Aaron, David wants to know, what the heck are you drawing? That's not what you told me you were going to do.
I know, because Dan stole he said he was going to do the thing, so I didn't, me, I'm the host, so I let you guys pick first, and I try not to duplicate, so I'm doing Colossus instead. So I was going to go Earth, and now I've gone metal. I've gone heavy metal.
You're gone metal. Mickey, sorry to tell you, but I don't like Grease either.
We talking about the movie or just Grease in general?
The movie.
You don't like Grease?
No.
Oh.
You take this wholesome young lass and turn her into a skank. That's the plot.
That's what Gary took from the movie.
That sums up the story right there.
Oh.
I remember when I was younger, I liked that song Grease Lightning, and then Mickey brought it up, I mean, and I watched it again. I'm like, man, this is really gay. Like, a lot more gay than I remember it being.
They're, some of the lyrics in there are a little salty too. So, got to be careful with your kids running around the house singing that song.
Yeah. Well, see, that's it. That's the other part about Grease that I had mentioned. It's a musical.
Yeah, but it's a comedy. Musicals are okay if they're comedies. If they're dramas,
no. The only musical that I sort of tolerated was West Side Story.
Oh my gosh,
and the only reason is because they had switchblades.
Oh my gosh,
that's the only reason.
The worst, because it was like, this is supposed to be a serious drama. These dudes are dancing.
Yeah, but they had switchblades.
Oh. No.
So how about Little Mermaid and Beauty and the Beast, and those are
animated? That doesn't really count.
When you're a jet through.
Well, that's a good point. I guess they would be.
Yeah, and the songs were written by the songwriters who wrote musicals for Broadway.
Well, yeah, I like that stuff, but it's like, again, it's animated, so you don't take it as seriously. But like Singing in the Rain, that is a great musical.
Yeah, see, DLA, Paint Your Wagon, no. When Clint Eastwood starts singing about the trees, oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, I have never seen Paint Your Wagon. I've seen scenes from it, but I've never seen the whole thing. I think I should watch that.
It's one of the films of Clint's that I regret watching.
Wasn't Lee Marvin in that too?
Paint Your Wagon?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
I maybe think
I was trying to block out the memory.
Wait, Clint Eastwood was in a musical? He was in a musical?
Yeah, Paint Your Wagon.
Didn't even know that.
Can he sing?
No.
That might be a problem. Yeah.
That's your first problem right there. No. You shouldn't be in a musical if you can't sing.
Wow.
No, but
at least he tried to sing. It was not like Shatner doing poetry on an album.
Well, no, Gary, you've seen Singing in the Rain, haven't you?
Oh, sure.
And you don't like that?
No.
What? Wow.
Oh, and they had snappy tunes, but the concept of a story, and then everybody stops and breaks out into a song.
Yeah, but it's a comedy, so that's why I can live with comedies or fantasies as like Brigadoon was another Gene Kelly musical with Sid Charisse. Oh, I love Sid Charisse.
Gary, I break into song all the time. I'm at the grocery store,
Actually, so do I, but I do understand that I don't expect everybody else to break into song with me.
Becomes a musical number all of a sudden in aisle 3,
Yeah, I remember I broke into the song one time, and someone called the cops. I just now heard this over there.
Are they calling an ambulance?
Yeah, do they call the cops or do they call an ambulance? That's
They
the
called the ambulance.
Oh my God, this guy's dying. Oh, he's just singing.
He's dying. He committed me. They put
Be
me in a
okay.
psych ward.
And the wife said, "Yeah, it'll be okay."
Dun, 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 dun.
See, that's when I'm watching a film, I'm all about the storytelling. And if they, the story comes to a screeching halt for 5 minutes while everybody sings and dances. Meanwhile, little Timmy is still stuck in the well.
I think you need to revisit Singing in the Rain. That is
Well, some of the, they have snappy tunes and the, the dancing is as good as it gets, but that's not why I watch the movies. I don't want to see people singing and dancing.
What's the one with Gene Kelly and Sid Charisse with that dance number? Is that American in Paris, or is
that's in Singing in the Rain?
Is that singing? Oh my gosh, yeah, that is incredible.
Where she plays like that mobster gun mall. She has this.
Yeah, and then they do that thing with the that material flying in the air. I still don't know how they did that.
Yes, see,
extraordinary, really.
Yeah, Gary, you're gonna lose.
It was fabulous.
Boy, the chat is letting me have it, especially Mickey.
How dare you?
I like those show tunes.
No, I probably mostly when I was younger and I start watching a movie, I didn't know that it was a musical. So, I'm following the story, Johnny's in trouble with the loan sharks. Uh-oh, here come the loan sharks. What? Johnny's singing. What the hell?
Are you what's
going on?
Are you talking about Guys and Dolls now?
Yeah, so it's just
What? Wow.
It was a shock to me when they would stop the story and start singing. And then, people would come out of the woodwork and dance with them. All these strangers will sing along. And, I'm trying to break it down story-wise, and it just didn't make sense to me. Why are all these strangers suddenly dancing together, and they all know the same words? What's going on here?
It's not right.
It's like they rehearsed this.
So I guess you don't like those flash mobs that show up at
No, I hate that.
That would be your nightmare, your worst nightmare.
Yep, it would.
Gary, we're gonna have to do something about you.
I'm just trying to how does this fit into the story? And then when they're done singing, it's like the story just starts up again, like they hadn't just broke out into song, and no one is commenting. Hey, wait a minute, what was all that singing about?
No. You see, a good musical will forward the story through the song and dance number. Let's see.
Okay, name one musical that is a good musical that forwards the story with the song and dance number.
Chicago.
Don't say Grease.
Well,
Chicago.
Chicago is. That's a good example there.
Yeah. You ever see that movie, Chicago?
Yeah, and I saw it on Broadway. So there.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Oklahoma was a good one.
Do we want to?
I just think. Gary,
So this is different if there's someone I forgot who it's scrolled up mentioned where'd it go? I want to say your name.
I did like Fan of the Opera.
Fat Tony mentioned Blues Brothers.
Yeah.
Music, like if they're performers and they're performing songs because that's what they do for a living, that's different.
Well, the Blues Brothers, they were fully aware of all the sequences where they broke out in song. Well, I guess but that was a comedy though too. So that's why I give comedies like a ton of leeway.
Yeah. But if they're making fun of it, yeah, I see your point. But if they're trying to convince me that it's normal for people to break out into song and then go about their lives after they're done, I'm sorry, I don't buy that.
So you okay with the end of Blazing Saddles?
No, I hated the end of Blazing Saddles. I thought that was a complete bailout.
Hands on your hips. Give it a push.
It was
Actually,
a complete bailout.
I agree. It's like they had this great movie, but they had no idea how to end
They
it.
didn't know. Yeah, they didn't know how to end
That's
it.
Mel Brooks, though.
Well, Mel Brooks is very inconsistent.
He is. Sometimes he's
Like
great. other
like
times-
Spaceballs, 10% of it was funny.
I know I hate Spaceballs. People love that movie, and I'm like, ugh, it's not funny.
Yeah, there's some really good bits in there, but that was the exception. Most
But
of it,
how about History of the World?
I didn't like that.
I didn't like it either.
Yeah.
For me, it was like Blazing Saddles was great, except like I said, the ending was a kind of a cop out. But then Young Frankenstein was brilliant, all the way through, in my humble opinion.
That's the one I didn't
Yeah.
get, I don't think.
I like that a lot. Young
But
Frankenstein was
Gene Wilder wrote that, though. It wasn't
Yeah.
Mel Brooks. Brooks just directed it.
right.
Did you guys see the what was the woman who did these funny things? She put Graham Nolan in and Andy Smith into
Oh yeah, that was oh, she's British. What's her name? Gosh darn it, I haven't heard from her in a long time.
yeah,
so
she hasn't done one in a while, but she was doing the Star Trek and all this kind of stuff. It was so funny.
Well, she
my favorite one was the Graham Nolan one. It was so great.
she put me in. Who's that?
Star Trek. You were in Star Trek.
Yeah, but I had a major starring role in the. Who's that guy that was in Better Call Saul? But he was like a hitman that was trying to live with his family, just a normal life, and then he gets pulled out of it. I know that's like 10 movies.
Oh
but,
yeah. I forget.
But anyway, there's a scene on the bus where he beats the crap out of like these.
Oh,
five
yeah,
stars.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she
Let's do
pasted my face on that guy through that whole scene. It was hilarious.
Oh. Yeah, I like that movie. I can't remember the name of it. I like that movie.
Well, it wasn't a musical, so
Has anybody in the chat named the one yet?
Nobody. Yeah.
Somebody's got to remember it.
Sketch 51. Nobody.
yeah, that's the name of the movie is Nobody.
Right.
But who's the name of the girl that?
The girl who made
Belle
who makes all
Winter.
those videos.
Belle Winters.
Belle Winters. Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah, Belle Winters. Where are you?
yeah. She was doing that stuff all the time, and she sort of disappeared.
Yeah,
So, I
she
don't
actually came on the show once. She was not, I forget which show, but she was on the show and she was pretty good. She's, I say she's not in this country. So, but,
know. Yeah, she's a Brit.
She had a good time.
She was a Brit, wasn't she?
I'm not sure. She was European, but I don't know if it was British or not, but
Somebody's saying she's French.
The French. That's right. Yes, that's correct. That sounds right now that you mention it.
Ronan says French.
All right. We got about 20 minutes, give or take a minute or two. So, but I'm going to need every one of those 20 minutes. But I'm going to take a moment, if I may, to let you guys know that we do have a sponsor for this show, and it's me. I do have a campaign. It's called Wraith of God 3 Fear Hollow. It's the third in a series of graphic novels featuring the Wraith of God and his partner Esther as they hunt down monsters in the Old West. This particular one, they're going after the Headless Horseman. There's 4 cover options. There's cover A. There's the EC variant. There is the
Blow
Marvel.
that up, Aaron.
Huh?
Blow it up.
Oh. Yeah, I got to switch screens there.
The smallest screen you're showing.
I know. Where are we at? There we go. And then, of course, the great Chris Stevens painted cover. So there's 4 cover options, a lot of goodies on there as well. And if you missed the Wraith of God 1 and 2, they are available on this campaign. They're also available on my website. You will find a link in the description of this video that'll take you right to this campaign as well as my website. And so there you go. Thank you for your time. And also we've got, let me pull this up really quick, if I may. Also, you'll find a link in the description. It'll take you to David Williams and EVS's fearsome, let's see. Boom. There it is. It's got some great stuff. Obviously, David's taken some time away from this, but we'll be getting back to it soon. But look at all these great covers, and there's some nice, cool interior artwork by David. Look at that stuff. Colored by Jason Wright. Thank you. I knew since he's
Wonderful
coloring my
colors.
Wraith of God, I think it'd be nice if I remembered his name.
Wonderful colors.
Yeah, he is. Terrific job here. So you guys, please consider backing this if you haven't already. There's actually 2 issues in there, the first and second issue in this campaign. And the link is in the description of this video. It'll take you right there. Also, you'll find in the description of this video what the heck? Oh, sorry. There we go. You'll find Dan Lawless's YouTube channel link that you can go and subscribe to that, where he does tutorials, how to draw tutorials. So great, valuable information you get off Dan's YouTube channel. It's free. Go over there, subscribe, follow Dan, check out all of his great videos. And if you're a fan of really cool art, you want to follow Coran Kizer Stone on Instagram. You'll find a link in there on for his Instagram page. You can go and follow him and check out all the great stuff he posts all the time. So there you go. Spambot for $10 gives us a thumbs up. I'll take that. That's Australian $10 too. So they have that kind of that cool colored funny money over there. Some of it has like plastic windows in it and stuff. Stealth X5 for $2. Is Dan going to sell that? Dan, are you going to sell that?
I wasn't planning it, but I could, I suppose.
Dan sells everything. He's a mercenary like the rest of us.
I'll give it away for free. Mine. So I don't care.
Queen Mickey, did you actually back the campaign, or did you buy the books off my website? Because if you bought them off the website, you don't get one of those letters. If you back the campaign, you should have got a letter. I'll hook you up, though. All right? I'll hook you up. Okay. So Brian Suddenly Old says, sorry, I had to work. What did I miss? Gary, you want to take it from the top? It's kind of...
It doesn't matter. Because I think it's time for the beef.
Oh, is it?
Oh, yes.
Well, you made it just in time for Gary's beef, which is always the highlight of the show. Here we go.
Where's the beef?
Okay. Do I share the screen, Gary?
Yes, please.
Hang on. All right. We've
So a clever audience member posted this on Twitter right after our show. What was
Nice.
this, like
I didn't know you were there.
a couple weeks ago? They caught me, in the press conference grilling Kennedy Jr. about yellow dye number 5.
with Doritos in your hand, no less.
Yep.
Couldn't you got dressed up a little bit for the event? I mean,
No, I mean, I don't know how I got in there, but my reputation from Graybeards was all I needed. So, because of his information, I've been cutting back on Doritos and decided to substitute Doritos. So my beef this week is potato chips. Barbecue potato chips, to be specific. So I went to barbecue potato chips to try to replace my Doritos.
Sure.
And I took a handful, popped them in my mouth, and started crunching away. And I feel this stabbing pain in the roof of my mouth. And I had to reach up and pull out a hunk of potato chip. This shard of potato chip was lodged up in the roof of my mouth. stabbing me, and I pulled it out, and it was covered with blood.
Are you kidding?
Wow.
You actually stabbed yourself with a potato chip.
It was like trying to chew a mouthful of glass chips. So, Robert Kennedy Jr., is there an alternative to Doritos? Because clearly potato chips are too dangerous to eat that I'm bleeding.
What brand are these? Better Made potato chips? What kind of brand are they?
Yeah, really. Call out the brand, Gary.
Yeah.
Well, that might have something to do with it. It was the Winco off brand. It wasn't.
Oh, well,
There you go. See.
Yeah,
Dude,
see, I do. Yeah,
that might have been a piece of glass in there, for all you know.
it was a potato chip that I had to dislodge from the fleshy part of my mouth. And I've eaten potato chips, thousands of potato chips in my lifetime, and the first bag that I had after Doritos caused bloodshed. So if anybody can recommend, something to take place of Doritos that won't,
Fritos.
cause me to bleed freely, I would appreciate it.
Well, I guess we're going to lose the sponsor of our show, that potato chip company.
Yeah, well, back to Taco Bell, I guess, for our
Yeah.
sponsorship.
By the way, we are available for sponsorship if you have a product that
That's
you'd
true.
like to have.
Yeah. We're not.
If it will eat potato chips and stuff like that and crunch them right on screen, and man, we'd be moving potato chips like crazy.
Remember that Saturday Night Live with Dan Aykroyd where he's just like this
Bag of
cheese
glass.
sale? Yeah, he's trying to sell a bag of glass to kids. That's what it felt like I was eating.
That's incredible, Gary. I mean, I've heard horror tales of Captain Crunch, and but never a potato chip. Actually, you would think a Dorito would be more dangerous because it's triangular shaped, it's pointy. You would think that might be more of a problem, but no, it's the actual potato chip that's the dangerous one.
Yep.
Well, at least Winco off-brand. I guess Winco is not going to be sponsoring us anytime
That's
soon.
what I was thinking.
No.
Yeah. Lost that sponsor.
Yeah. So here's a heads up at Winco: avoid the corn dogs and the potato chips.
Yeah. Actually, Winco, if you pay us some money, we'll stop talking about your potato chips.
That's right. It's kind of like a reverse sponsorship.
Yeah, exactly. Or it's like, hey, Winco, you pay us a little fee, things will stop breaking around here.
That's kind of a shakedown marketing strategy.
I'll take it any way
The
we
mob.
any way we can get it.
Stealth is saying I missed a couple of super chats.
Gary, again, you have one job.
I know. It wouldn't be a typical show if I didn't forget, or at least one.
Oh, here we go. Great piece, Aaron. Thank you, Stealth, for $2. Appreciate that very much. And then Stealth, of course, said, is Dan going to sell that? We did get that one. And then Stealth says, for $2, you missed my last super chat, and here is $2. So we actually got $4 out of him for a $2 super chat because you missed.
Yeah, Stealth, you now we're kind of on to something. If we purposely don't read your chats, you just give us more money.
Yeah. I kind of like where this is heading.
Yeah.
You may be onto something, Gary. I take
Yeah,
that.
hey, Stealth, contact me after the show if you're interested in this drawing. I'll sell it.
Yeah.
That's right.
Mickey, Winco is a local Northwest food grocery store chain.
Low blood.
NPC Oasis always eat chips with salsa and dips. It reduces chance of damage. Well, true, but I was eating barbecue potato chips. So I don't think you dip with barbecue potato chips. Yeah, Rich Ware says that I've got a mouth injury. That's correct. I do. And when you're eating and the inside of your mouth is bleeding, that could be problematic.
Yeah.
How do you stop the blood flow and continue eating?
Did you consider suing them after this happened?
Well, how do I prove it? So it's like, do I put the offending chip in a bag and?
Yeah, so they can, or maybe a shot. You get a photograph of it coming out of your mouth. It's probably too late for that now, obviously.
Yeah, you see, that's what I should have done is taken a photo of it lodged in my mouth.
Yep. That's how it all could have played
I mean,
out.
if you try, if you like broke up pieces of potato chip and tried to skewer yourself, it would be difficult.
It would be. Now, see, that could have been your ticket finally to get off this show, Gary.
Oh man, I blew it.
You blew it.
That was my ticket to glory.
We'll see you next week. That's what that means. Oh my gosh. Okay, how much time we got left? Oh, good. I gotta get moving here. Too much chatting.
Old Dirty Fatty says, in full caps, he has a mouth injury and yet he still talks. Well, nothing to save us. Nope, sorry, nothing will save you.
Gary,
okay, Katie's in my corner. She says, "I'll riot if Gary leaves."
Oh, brother. Oh, brother. She'd probably cheer if I left, though. That's the thing, right? That's the implication. Isn't that the implication?
How do you always turn like a compliment to me or Dan from Katie into an insult to you?
Yeah, really.
Because I've got Katie figured out at this point. I understand her strategy, what she's trying to do.
You got her figured out. Katie, does your husband have you figured out? That's what I want to know.
Tell him to call me.
I doubt it, because women are an enigma. They're puzzles.
Are they?
No, just tell him to call me. I'll give him the inside scoop.
Okay.
Got this all figured out. My Kiratakis are starting to run out. I'm going to have to buy more. They're not refillable, are they? They probably are, and I'm just being a dope.
Have you tried?
No. I can't read. They're in Japanese. It's like I have no idea what's going on.
Well, if the pen runs out of ink, just take a pair of pliers and yank off the.
Well, that's right. I got nothing to lose at that point, right?
Yeah, and put ink in it and see what happens. But only put a couple of drops. I've made the mistake of putting in too much, and then you're trying. You think you're like, oh yeah, it's working, and then.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got aggressive before refilling pens, and it's not worked well. Kind of problematic. All right. So we'll go about 5 more minutes, gentlemen.
Glitch is quoting me, quote, take a pair of pliers and yank off your nib.
Gary Martin.
All you soy boys out there, I have some advice for you.
I always try, I start every one of these shows with the best intentions, and then you guys just derail it to the lowest common denominator.
Somebody's got to do it.
I would never.
Coran, I am so sorry. I invite you on, and this is what goes on here.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. All I can say is it's clobbering time. That's all.
Yeah, he started it.
Well, that's right. He's the one who's at fault here. I shouldn't be apologizing to him. He should be to me.
That is like the incongruity of that, and just saying it so passively.
So we're not going to get on that again, are we?
Yeah, that's what makes it funny. Just think of Ben Grimm charging a Kirby splash page of him charging at you, yelling that, and then the way Kizer says it.
It's clobbering. Guess what time it is?
Well, he'd be prancing over there, though, wouldn't he? Wouldn't be like
yeah, he's prancing like a little ballerina.
Yeah.
The value of this drawing is going down the more you speak. I'm trying to sell this,
Hey, it's
I thought
all
I'd get a couple $100 for it. Now it's
it's
$50
comedy
after you're done.
gold. Dan, it's comedy gold. Everybody's got to, you have to, everybody in the world has to get to a point where they're like, they're going to refuse to be offended and just say, you know what? Let's just have a good time. Don't take
I think that ship has sailed.
Think so? People
I
never
think
get
people
back.
want to be offended.
I know they do, but we got to get over that, you know?
I'm offended that I'm not offended.
See? It's always something with Dan.
Yep.
How dare you not offend me? Wait, what? I'm not good enough to be offended? Huh?
See, that sounds like me talking to Katie.
Yes, Dan, this whole premise offends me.
This whole show.
Mission accomplished.
I can't fight this feeling anymore.
I'm pretty happy with this guy.
Good. Kaiser's putting in background and stuff. He's shaming us as he normally does.
No.
Look, he's
got
creating
background-ish.
this entire painting. Meanwhile, Dan is drawing bricks.
Mm. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And
That thing looks awesome, dude.
I'm trying to get this thing inked. Trying.
Oh wow. Dan's thing is rock hard. That's awesome.
I need to go see it. It's been hard for a
Officially
while.
come
I need
over to the dark side.
I need to go see a doctor.
Okay. Yeah.
Gary, I was already on the dark side.
Oh,
You're just holding back.
I was already on the dark side, buddy.
I guess Coran is the problem here. It's not the
Yeah, he's
You think that's what happened?
Greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convinced the world didn't exist.
you're corrupting us. I thought we were corrupting you.
yeah, it's going the other way.
Do you guys think maybe that's what happened with the thing? He took too much Viagra?
Bingo.
Dan,
Oh my gosh. All right.
That's in the show, folks.
God.
He's been asking for it, and this is for Dan Lawless. There you go. Finally got it.
Accomplished.
Stealth X5
Bucket list.
$2. Great show, guys. I hope he's look at Katie. Katie is blushing, Dan. Look what you did. I don't have. Dang it! I'm almost done with this, but I gotta put in a bunch of black, and I don't really have time to do it. Are you done, Kizer?
but use a bigger.
No, well,
I'm not-
sort of, kind of.
Well, are you still working on it though at this moment?
Nah, I mean, I'm just putting in like little accents of things.
Dan, are you done?
Pretty
Or
much done. Yeah,
noodling?
pretty much done.
Yeah, pretty much finished though.
Let me switch my camera.
But if you want to go on a little bit more, like 5 more minutes or whatever, I can go. I can do that.
All right.
You could, Aaron, take another 5 minutes.
All right. Take another 5 minutes. I don't know if I can get all the shadows. I still have to read Super Chat. Sequential artist for 20. Thank you so much, Sequential. Appreciate it. Thanks for all the entertainment, gentlemen. Gentlemen, if you did your autobiography as a comic story, what genre or style would you use? It would definitely be a comedy. Because if it wasn't, I'd cry probably. So I couldn't do it straight. It'd have to be a comedy. Or maybe a musical. Yes. Yes. I'm going musical.
As a comics story, Aaron.
Wait, what was the question?
Okay. What style, if you were to tell your life story, your autobiography as a comic book story, what style? And
Mine would be Untamed Love.
That, of course, is a Frazetta reference. So.
A comic book storyline that matches your life is what this is, right?
Kind of, yeah. Well, what kind of approach? Would it be a comedy? Would it be a drama? Would it be a horror? Would it be a mystery?
It would be action adventure for me.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, Doc, what are you saying? I got to go back into the past? Yo, Marty, your parents, they're not going to get together.
That made me
Marty, before I came back, a decent guy, because before that, he was kind of an asshole, wasn't he?
Well, I guess he was kind of, yeah.
And then Doc sent them to, I guess, put his mother and father together, and then Marty became a good guy.
So are you saying your life is very similar to Back to the Future?
Yeah, pretty much. No, not really, but it is my favorite movie. I love Back to the Future.
It is a great film.
Yeah, classic. Right.
I think was it Tarantino? That's one of his perfect films. Is Back to the Future?
Oh yeah,
yeah. Jaws is one of them, and Back to the Future he's described as a perfect.
Yeah.
Well, Tarantino's a weirdo.
That's true, but he's an interesting weirdo.
Yeah, we're all weirdos. Every artist is a weirdo.
Well, you can't not be interesting if you're a weirdo.
Pretty much.
I guess that's true.
Could you be a boring weirdo?
Yeah, just by the fact that you're a weirdo makes you somewhat interesting.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess you're right. You can't really.
Okay, if I said I have a fascinating belly button lint collection.
It's interesting. It's interesting that you would say that. You would.
Yeah.
See, that would make me a weirdo, but would it make me interesting?
Well, if you start getting into why, maybe that's where the interesting part comes.
Now,
in.
is it your belly button?
Yes.
Oh my.
Okay. It was okay. Yeah, good point. If it was somebody else's belly button lint, that would be interesting.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
My belly button lint would not be interesting.
Oh,
okay. That'd probably be interesting too, but not in a good way.
I've got a collection of belly button lint of the stars.
Stars. I've crept into their house.
I've got Dick Van Dyke's belly button lint.
That just sounds so nasty. Brutal.
where would you even get that?
Yeah, see? That's interesting.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Dan Blocker's belly button lint.
Dan of all people, Dan Blocker. Wow.
Jack Nicholson's belly button lint. Give $19.99.
Yeah, Queen Mickey said it. Gross. I agree.
Now Queen Mickey's she's got to expand her horizons a little bit, I think.
No, I think she's fine where she's with it.
Oh no!
Nobody needs to expand into belly button lint territory.
Yeah, Queen Mickey says blanket is made out of belly button lint that I weave together.
Oh my god, that's like a horror story of some kind.
See, yeah, it's like to answer the question. It's now your autobiography has now become a horror story, not a comedy. Mine is
See,
comedy.
so it turns something. If it's other people's lint, then that's interesting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because then, yeah, I mean, that opens up a whole
Can of lint
questions.
I spent my whole life creeping into the stars' mansions to steal their belly button lint while they were asleep.
Yeah, you got to collect it while they're asleep.
Yes.
The intruder wasn't shot. An intruder was shot, and later they found in his large collection of what appears to be
A large collection of belly buttons.
And you can only target celebrities that have questionable hygiene.
So like Jack Black, maybe, or
Yeah.
Danny DeVito. Or,
yeah, DeVito might be one of the guys you might look into.
Nicolas Cage.
Cage,
Yeah, Nicolas Cage. That's a good one. Yeah. Except
Nick
I would want.
Nolte, I would definitely
Yeah,
love
Nick
would want-
Nolte, maybe.
yeah, Nick Nolte, definitely.
Yeah, yeah.
Or wait a minute, who's the guy? Gary Busey.
Gary
Yeah.
Busey.
Yes.
That would be.
You know
That
how
would
much
be, that
you know
would
how
be
much
the
Trump,
highlight of the collection. Gary Busey's lint.
imagine how much Trump's belly button the lid would cost.
Oh my god! Now we're getting.
Every president since Carter belly button lid. That'd be awesome.
Listen, that'd be awesome. Imagine. It's like, really?
See, I'd rather talk about the gay stuff than this stuff. This is really, really beyond pale.
This has
I'm
gone
into
down
it.
a dark path.
All right.
Into it.
I'm gonna put an end to this. Obviously,
Yeah,
you guys,
just put
you're
it out of
not
its
drawing
misery, man.
anymore. If this is the conversation.
We've officially bottomed out.
All right.
Gary
so,
started it.
now I'm not quite done, but you should be able to get the overall gist of this. This is, of course, Colossus
Sweet.
versus Igu from
Oh, it's great,
Very
man.
cool.
Oh, nice.
from the
Yeah.
Herculoids. So I got to finish working on him.
I
cool,
absolutely
man.
want to see this finished.
All right. So
This
there we
is-
go.
This is awesome.
See?
It's
It was
awesome.
going to be the Thing versus Igu, but actually now it's metal versus stone. So metal versus earth. So I'm getting both in there. So there
I
you go.
was like, the first time I saw this effect was Kirby. Kirby did it a lot, where the force of the blow causes a light burst.
Right. You get that kind of like
So yeah, so the force of the blow is creating underlighting on the
Yep.
character. I really like that.
So there you go. There it is. It's
Love it.
Colossus from the X-Men versus Igu, the stone gorilla from the Herculoids. So, and I'll finish this up.
Totish.
I'll finish this up, and we'll display it wholeheartedly
But
next week.
Colossus isn't Tothish, but the rock character is.
Yes. Brian Suddenly Old says Aaron gets a participation trophy. Okay, let's see. Dan Lawless. What would you like to share with us here, Dan?
All righty. Hang on a second. Let me get my blur on me.
Look at how dark you get that pencil lead.
Yeah, I know. It looks like ink.
Yep. So there's
That's
the
awesome.
Thing.
Busting
Busting
through
through.
a brick wall, which I don't think you see all that much of.
Sweet.
Very nice. Definitely second best to mine so far.
That's pretty awesome, dude. You forgot the word balloon that says, "Hey guys, guess what time it is?"
Yeah, you have to make the balloon like really small.
Uh,
No, that's awesome, dude. I really like that.
Dr. Doom, you brute.
Come here, you bad boy.
awesome. Looks great, Dan.
Sweet.
Queen
Oh,
Mickey says,
skin
wow,
it.
that's fantastic. Ms. Thang. Stealth X5 for mine says $5 confirmed, Aaron. So that's at least a little bit of positive. Marcus Kilgrew says, awesome, Aaron. So how about that?
Wait a minute. My picture's up.
I know. I
Yeah,
love
free
how they're
compliments
coming
from
over the
people.
top, you know?
Yeah, he's conveniently reading the chats for his piece.
Yeah.
while
No.
yours-
There you go. Looks great, Dan, from Matthew Muma. How's
Thank
that?
you, Matt. Appreciate that.
Okay. All right. See, there's a little bit in there.
Okay, Dan.
Okay, here we go. Katie,
There we go.
Hell yeah, Dan.
That's my
Okay,
kid.
so
Yep.
Aaron, how would you take this as an insult?
Well, let's see. What did she say about mine? Oh, I can't find anything. That's weird. Oh, okay. No, that's fine, Katie. Pick your favorites. That's cool. No, we know your role. All right, nice work, Dan. Let's see
Alrighty.
what Kizer has for us there. Oh, all right, dude. How did you?
Oh
do,
yeah.
Okay, how did you do those buildings?
You did that just now on the show.
Yeah, pretty much.
Man,
No, seriously, how did you
Fantastic.
get those? How did you get the perspective lines and the straight lines on those those buildings?
I have building brushes. I make
Okay, so you
Yeah, I
To
make
keep
my
it
own.
straight?
I make my own brushes.
Okay,
So,
so it did. So do
window.
you like go in there like stamp it, kind of like, and it just the building shows up, or do you have to actually draw it?
No, you have to put it in perspective. Yeah.
Okay, so it's all right.
So
you
it's,
have
it's a flat piece, and you turn it, right? Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah. With the distort tool and everything.
Look at that red highlight.
Right.
That's really cool. That kind of.
I love your color choices.
Yep.
Yeah, great color variation. Fantastic.
Yep.
Now, what's the character is what is this character? I don't know.
Voltron. He's
Voltron,
my
okay.
version of Voltron. I
Okay.
didn't even use reference. I was just sort of trying to remember from the movie. That I was
Okay.
Oh, you're disqualified.
Well, no, I was going to ask you: is this an animated version that you've done before, or is it you just winged it here?
Yeah, I just winged it pretty
Okay.
much here. Yeah.
Now, is this how it happens in Hollywood? Why things don't like Godzilla's not the same. It's like there's like I don't need references.
It was sometimes actually, yeah. I mean, like in
There's no
cartoons, that
time.
happens a lot.
It's got to go out now.
Yeah,
Well,
Aaron,
the thing is, you could. This is like different enough from the actual design of Ultron that you could make this your own character.
Yeah.
Copyright that baby, quick. This
Yeah.
is what were some of the metal names that they gave us earlier?
Penny Man.
Tinfoil
Penny
Man.
Man.
I might have said that one.
Byron Smith makes a very astute observation. He goes, "Stone drew metal." Look at
He could
that.
he could be the Reynolds rapper.
Aluminum lad.
Good one, Dad. Good.
Look at that. Best thing I think it says, "This is legit."
Yeah,
Okay, I only got one joke in me for the whole show, so it's time to go.
it's like, when did legit become like the highest compliment you can give somebody?
I know.
Yeah,
It's
that
like
doesn't
now it's
sound.
like it's legit. You feel good.
That is really that is really adequate. That's
Yeah.
what it sounds like. Legitimate. I mean,
Yeah, legitimate is just adequate, right? But now it's become something way more than that.
Yeah.
Sequential artist says man, bat, mech.
Man, Batman. I like that. That's pretty cool.
that does sound.
The zinc zapper.
Yeah.
Zapper.
Pulling out Captain Aluminum again.
Yeah, you'll have some evil zinc out there. I'm your man.
Recycle now. That could be his
Alrighty.
phrase.
This was
Catchphrase.
fun. I like this challenge. It's a great challenge.
That was good. That was good
Really
fun.
good challenge. Really liked it. Good times.
Yeah, it's beautiful. You guys, it was a huge show. I want to thank everybody for joining us. I want to thank Kizer for helping out again this week. We appreciate it very much. I want to thank everybody in the chat and all the people that gave us super chats. We appreciate it. Couldn't do the show without you and your support. We have a big number of 367 right now watching. Please hit that like and subscribe if you haven't done that already. And also remember that there are campaigns in the links in the description of this video for Wraith of God 3 and David and EVS's Fearsome, as well as the links to Dan Lawless's YouTube channel and Coran Kizer Stone's Instagram, where you can go and see this kind of cool art all the time. He's always posting really, really cool stuff. So again, thank you all for joining us. This has been another episode of Graybeard Studio. Have a great week and a great weekend, and we'll see you right here next week.
Bye-bye.
Graybeard's Studio. Good night, everybody.